really, you just can't think outside the system anyway, so it just makes common sense. So let's see if the blue bike shows up. But it's so obvious that this place is designed for the human. It's designed for you. God created this place for you. And so man is a subset of God, right? God is God. God made man in his image. So the stuff that God does, it shouldn't be surprised that God is a builder, so you build. God is cleansing you, so you cleanse. God will summon you, so the courthouse summons you. Are you not your own courthouse? Are you not your own judge? Judge yourselves. Are you not? The judge will summon you. Will you not? Do you not judge yourself? Do you not judge yourself? You hear what I'm saying? This is deep. Do you not judge your environment? Do I need to go there? Is it safe? Do you not judge your environment? If you judge your environment, then you can summons your environment. Hello? Well, that sounds like magic. This world is magic. Everything's by faith. Quantum physics tells you that. It's all by faith. You collapse the wave function by faith. You just summons it. How do you summons it? You think about it. You pray about it. You ask God. Petitions. If it's according to His will, He's going to do it. This place was made for you. It's an image. If you're out here trying to hurt somebody, He's not going to summons that. You're actually going to reap what you sow. You might summons it, but you're going to get knocked back even more, you know. God is a God of love. God is a God of truth. So if you try to pull evil into try to do evil, you're pulling evil. If you try to do summons harm to somebody, like a witch trying to put a curse on somebody. Now, how crazy is that? Now, I want you to really think about that. Love your neighbors yourself. Every person is per the Son. Everybody who you look at is a different version of you. They just took a different path. And so if you try to hurt somebody, how stupid is that? How stupid is that? Because you're hurting yourself and you're creating a reflection. Your heart's not right. You're not in tune with God. You know, you would think that when Cain killed Abel, God would have took Cain out, killed Cain right on the spot. But He didn't. For many years, I thought about that. So why would God allow Cain to kill Abel and not do anything to him? What He did is he did it to himself. The consequences. He did it to himself. So if somebody makes you angry or bitter, let's say somebody does you wrong, if you live in unforgiveness and bitterness and revenge and all that, they already made a copy of you. They made you a copy of them. Instead of being a copy of Jesus, a copy of God, they summoned a copy of themselves in you. Hello? Let me say it. Let me say that again. I know that's kind of hard to grasp. If somebody hurts you or does you wrong and they create bitterness or unforgiveness in you or revenge, they've made a copy of themselves, and that copy is you. in your soul because you're bitter, unforgiveness, all that stuff. They actually made a copy of themselves because you're living according to that, what they threw out. Instead of being in revenge and bitterness and unforgiveness, why don't you become a copy of Jesus and do what Jesus did and be blessed? Because if you're in tune with God, you're in tune with the universe, and you're in tune with all mankind. And then you can summons in righteousness. I worked with somebody one time. She'd always say, "I can't call it." She said, "I said, what's going on?" She said, "I can't call it." Well, that's not good to say. That is not really healthy. That's not. You can call it. You can call it. It's a summons. You call it. You can call somebody on the phone, right? Can call it. A lot of times the way we were raised, that program that we were raised against God, it's hard to erase that, but you can call it if it lines up. And it's not you, it's Christ in you. There's more sharpened cars. One of them was blue because it's starting to appear. It's raining right now, so most people ain't gonna be on the bicycle in the rain, and when it's cold, but it's going to appear. The blue and the wheels appeared. Now it's just a matter of the bicycle and somebody riding it up here. It's a process. Because you call it out. Everything that's happening to you, you've called it out. Everything that's happening to you, you've called it out. You've called it out. You've called it out. You've called it, you've summoned it. The word summons and call, same word. You've summoned it. You said, "Come here," whatever it is, and it appeared. The very thing that what Job said, the thing that I feared most came upon me. He called it out. The thing that I feared most came upon me. Job said that. He summons it. Now, would I be able to go into church, talk to a preacher, and talk like this? No. If I told him this, and it's really logical if you think about it. God made man in his image. God's calling man back to himself. What do you call somebody? You call them by their name. They look at you. Hey! Okay, so that's in the 3D. What about your thoughts? You call on somebody, they're looking your way. Depends on how much meditation. There's some wheels and there's a blue wrapper, and it's like a cart that you pull behind you. So see, that's the third appearance of a blue with wheels, and it's a cart that you pull. So it's trying to appear, but it's hard to appear when it's raining and cold outside, but it's trying. It's doing its best. You summons everything because you're judging everything. I'm not saying you judge other people, but you're judging your environment. And if a judge is judging the nation and the city, and he can summon you to court, and you are the judge, you're going to judge angels, and you're judging your environment all the time, you're calling it to yourself. You're summoning it to yourself. Hello? Hello? The farmer plants a watermelon seed. What is he doing? He's calling back a watermelon. He summons in that watermelon. He plants the seed, so he's calling a watermelon to himself. Not just one, multiple. He's calling it back to himself. Hello? You could actually use this in investing. You can use this in remodeling. You can use this in relationships. You can use this in everything. You get back what you summons. If somebody I knew is standing there, I said, hey, blah, 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 and they look at me and they walk over, I summons them. If I pick up the phone and call somebody and they answer, I've summoned them. Summation is sum. I haven't broke the word into parts, the word summons, but it does have some in there. So bringing all the parts together, actually, you're bringing all the pieces together. Summons. I didn't even think about this till today, but the more I thought about it, the more it made total sense, and the more it explains everything. But because everything that God is doing spiritually, you're doing in a fractal manner. God spoke it all into existence. You speak stuff into existence. Not that you're God, but you're in His reality. And if that's how it works, that's how it works. Doesn't matter who you are. You speak it into existence. Well, that sounds Pentecostal. Well, I'm not saying it the way they say it. I'm saying that these are natural laws based on the Spirit. And these things are supernatural, but you can actually see it playing out in the natural. Why do the leaves fall back to the ground? The tree came from the ground, the nutrients come, but the leaves fall back to the ground. What is the spiritual principle behind gravity, grave, death, resurrection, death, resurrection, death, resurrection, death, resurrection, death, resurrection? Look at that bird way over there. He's just watching everything. He's watching the highway traffic. He can probably see me pointing my finger. His eyesight's probably that good. Different situations for different creatures, but it's the same principles, that same overarching patterns. That bird's looking for food. You can read the mind of that bird because you know he's just looking for food. He might be resting, or he might be looking for water, or who knows what he's doing. But you know he's looking for food or water. Every opportunity, they're going to look for some food and water. Why is Elon Musk angry right now? He's been attacked his whole life, it looks like. Why is he angry right now? Well, he told you. He thinks he's doing good and everybody else is doing evil. And everybody else thinks they're doing good and he's doing evil. And so they're actually doing the same thing. And he's actually mad at himself, and they're mad at themselves. Deep down.